Hello and welcome to Hope from the Edges. I'm Andy Roberts, Mission Director for CMS. In the next few minutes, we'll bring you inspiring news from three edges in our world, stories that you are making possible through your gifts and prayers. First, we'll go to Brazil, where men in prison are finding new hope and freedom in Jesus behind bars. Our next stop will be a slum community in Thailand, where we'll meet a woman who received help when she needed it most. Finally, we'll go to Argentina, where CMS partners have been able to make a difference to indigenous communities devastated by flooding. We begin in Florianopolis, Brazil, where we believe God is powerfully at work in prisoners' lives through the efforts of mission partners Andy and Kachi Walsh. Prisons in Brazil have a reputation for overcrowding and harsh conditions. Andy and others have been running a 12-week discipleship course for inmates over the past couple of years. Several men have come to faith, and some have already taken the step of being baptized. One man said, "This course showed and taught me about the true Christ. I learned about sin, but more importantly, about how to be redeemed by God. After this course, I can confidently affirm that I am a Christian." Another said it's essential that this course spreads in the prison environment. The Word of God is our tool for teaching and freedom. The atmosphere in some prisons has changed. Now, groups of inmates can be seen praising God, studying the Bible and pursuing Jesus together. Let's keep praying for this powerful ministry in the men's prisons and for doors to open for this work in women's prisons too. Now let's go to Klong Toey, a slum in Bangkok, Thailand. 2 years ago, a woman called Auntie Song took in her niece Manao, providing refuge from an abusive situation. But not long after Auntie Song began caring for Manao, alongside her own children, she lost her cleaning job. She had no savings and quickly fell behind on rent. She simply couldn't afford to feed, clothe and pay school fees for Manao as well. A big foundation offered to take Manao. They wanted to send her to a residential school outside of Bangkok, where she would receive 3 meals a day and a solid education. It sounded good, but Auntie Song was reluctant to send Manao away from her family. Auntie Song connected with Elise and John Fletcher, CMS mission partners who also live in the Klong Toey slum. Elise and John come alongside vulnerable families, just like Auntie Song's, through a project called Keeping Families Together. The project is run by charity Step Ahead Thailand and supports families to stay together despite poverty. 18 months later, life is very different for Auntie Song and her family. Through a small income generation grant, she was able to set up a laundry business, which is now thriving. Manao is settled in a local school, and they are both exploring faith in a small house church. Auntie Song says, "The money gave us a boost, but mostly the team helped me to find strength in myself and my community that I didn't know was there." Let's keep praying for families in the Klong Toey slum to receive the support they need to stay together and thrive. Our last stop today is the Chaco region of northern Argentina, where indigenous communities hit by flooding received help through a key CMS partner thanks to a generous legacy gift. Back in March, the Pilcomayo and Bermejo rivers burst their banks. 19 communities were affected, and 8 of these were cut off by the floodwaters, leaving 800 people stranded. More than 500 people were evacuated. The government was struggling a bit to reach people with aid, as great distances are involved. Many of the roads are poor, and so many people needed help. But the Anglican Church of Northern Argentina, a key CMS partner, was already on the ground and sprang into action. Local churches were able to set up soup kitchens and start feeding people quickly. This was followed by 2 weeks of food aid. Thanks to a legacy gift from a generous CMS supporter, churches were able to buy mattresses, blankets, towels, toiletries, food parcels, clothing and plastic sheeting for people who had lost homes or possessions, and offer spades and wheelbarrows to help clear mud as floodwaters receded. We are so grateful for the generous legacy gift that made it possible for CMS to support the church in their response. This truly is going to the edges together. Thank you for joining me for these stories from the edges and for your prayerful support which makes them possible. Please share this video with your church, small group or anyone you think could use some fuel for their faith. Until next time, we are so grateful for your gifts and prayers as together we go with Jesus, with each other, to the edges.